You've probably heard the phrase, circumstances don't matter. But what exactly does that mean? How come circumstances don't matter? How exactly does this work, and how does it help you manifest your desires? This is exactly what we're going to talk about today. What's up, superheroes? Welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. I'm Scarlet Grace from UnseenSeraph.com. I'm a manifestation coach here to help you manifest your wildest desires with the law of attraction. If you're new here and you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of attraction and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you won't miss any video that could change your life. And if you need some extra help or my personal advice for your situation, coaching is available. I also have a 21-day course on how to manifest your specific person, as well as other manifestation courses. So if that's what you're looking for, you will find all the links in the description below. So let's talk about the phrase, circumstances do not matter. What does that even mean? Well, circumstances don't matter means that everything that you see around you in your physical reality, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, whether it helps you manifest your desire or it feels like an obstacle stopping you from having your desire, it's not real. The whole of the physical world is just a reflection of what is going on in your mind. None of that is real and none of that is external to you. There is never any external obstacle. It doesn't matter what things look like. No matter how solid something feels or seems or looks, it is all your creation, baby. It's all you. It's all a reflection of what is going on inside you. And this is why, no matter how hard things may seem, you can change absolutely anything and manifest absolutely anything, because all you have to do is change your thoughts. There is never any external circumstance that you cannot absolutely change if you decide to change it. So, people tell me, I want to manifest a specific person, but they said that I ruined everything and they don't want to see me again. Well, that's a circumstance. Circumstances don't matter. You can absolutely manifest what you want anyway. So, how you manifest this? By deciding what it is the end result that you want, and visualizing that you already have that end result, that you already are with this person, and affirming that this person loves you more than anything in the world, that you are together, that you have an unbreakable bond, that you are in the most amazing romantic relationship ever. You keep affirming. You do not pay any attention to the circumstances, because circumstances are just an illusion. Your mind created them. You created them with your thoughts, with your attention, with your negative feelings. If you ignore the circumstance and persist on what it is that you want, you will see the situation change in front of your very eyes. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to remove the obstacle. You don't have to do any of that. Because that thing that looks like an obstacle, that external thing, was just your creation. And all you have to do to remove it, to have it poof and go away, is stop paying attention to it and pay attention to the thing that you actually want to have in your reality instead. Many of those circumstances, many of those things that feel like solid external obstacles that we keep running onto, those are things that we keep manifesting by default. So basically, at some point in our lives, we decided that this is how the world works, for whatever reason. Maybe it is something that we manifest in our romantic relationships. Maybe it is something that we manifest when it has to do with money. And we hold ourselves back. And because we have been manifesting it all our lives, we have persuaded ourselves that it is real, that this is how reality works, that this is how the universe works. But this is not true. It is just something that you started manifesting at a very early age, and that's why it feels it has always been there, and that this is how reality works. It's not. It's just a manifestation of what is going on in your mind. You just don't realize that you keep manifesting this thing because you've always manifested this thing by default. You never paid any attention to it, you took it for granted, so it kept manifesting by default. So if there's something that is an obstacle for you and it keeps manifesting in your reality, and you feel that this is how the world works and that this is an external circumstance, it's not. And all you have to do is take conscious control of it by deciding what it is that you want to see in your reality and imagining that very vividly and feeling that you have it and affirming that you already have it. And whatever the negative circumstance, it will go poof, it will disappear. And that applies to any kind of external situation. So, people feeling things and that's not what we want them to feel. So someone doesn't have feelings for you, or they said they don't have feelings for you. That's a circumstance. Circumstances don't matter because it's all in your mind. You created all of it. So if they're feeling that way now, well, it's no biggie. You just focus your thoughts on how now they're going to feel that they love you, and imagine that they already love you, and imagine that they're telling you how much they love you and affirming that they love you more than anything in the world. And poof, the old obstacle is gone, and suddenly the person changes their behavior and they start telling you that they love you. It's easy as that. Or let's say that you want to manifest a specific person and there is a third party. And everyone keeps asking me, what do I do? How do I make the third party go away? How do I remove the third party? Well, you don't have to find a way to remove the third party because your mind created the third party. This is not an external circumstance that you have no power over. This is not a person that has any power over you. This is not a person that is resisting the manifestation that you want to have. This person is just a figment of your imagination, just like anything else in physical reality. They're just like actors playing the part that you wrote for them. You cast them in this role in your life, and all they do is follow the script that you gave them. If you take the script away, if you decide that, okay, I don't want to have this actor in my movie, I want to fire this actor, I don't want this part in my movie, and you withdraw your attention from this person, instead of giving them a script, making them the adversary, making them the obstacle, they will disappear. They will go away. All you have to do is stop seeing this as an external circumstance, as an obstacle, as an enemy that you have to defeat or drive away or do something about, and realize that this is just an illusion that your mind created. It's not an obstacle. It is not making manifesting your specific person harder. It's just the same as if this person weren't there. Because this person is going to do exactly what you decide they're going to do. So all you have to do is decide that, you know what, this is a circumstance. Circumstances don't matter. I don't even have to think about this person. I decide that this person has gone away. And affirm that you are with your specific person, that you're the only one for them, that you have an amazing relationship. And if that third party ever crosses your mind, tell yourself, oh, that old person that I haven't seen in years, she's married to someone else and moved to a different country or something like that. And don't pay any attention to them. Imagine that they're gone. They're not in your reality. Because you are the one who writes the script and all the dialogues and everything that is going on in this movie called your life. This person is just following your script. If you cast them into a villain, if you cast them into the person that is directly opposing you, that is what you're going to do. If you realize, though, that this is your movie and you write the script, you can decide that you don't want the villain anymore. You don't want someone opposing you anymore. You don't want the person being an obstacle anymore. And give them a different part. Give them a part where they leave your movie and go join someone else's movie. It's not your business anymore. You can make them go away. Just like if this were a TV series and you were writing the script, you could just make a character disappear. What happens in TV series when they want someone gone? Well, the script says they move to another city and they just stop appearing on screen. This is what this person is going to do. If you just decide that this is a circumstance, it doesn't matter. I can have my desire anyway, and then affirm exactly what it is that you want as if it's happening right now. Forget about the third party. Focus on the relationship that you want to have with this person. How do you want them to behave? What do you want them to feel about you? Another example that many people struggle with, especially right now with coronavirus. If you and your specific person don't live in the same city, or you don't live in the same country, or you live somewhere where you cannot meet because of coronavirus, you have to stay inside, you do not meet, so this is an external circumstance. It feels like a solid obstacle. It's not. I have had many coaching clients who originally came to me wanting to manifest a specific person that didn't want anything to do with them. They hadn't spoken in over a year. The person had moved across the globe, and they manifested this person back by just imagining that they were together and affirming. And suddenly, anything can happen. The person can find a job in your city and move back, or you may find a job where they live and move there, and that's how you reconnect. Or any number of things, any number of scenarios can happen that make your desire manifest. You don't have to figure out how it is going to happen. All you have to do is imagine the end result that you want and affirm as if it is already happening. So, if you want to manifest a specific person and they don't live where you live, but you want to date them and you want to see them, say, 3 times a week, go out with them 3 times a week, well, you affirm that you're already going out with them 3 times a week. But they don't live in my city. It doesn't matter. Keep affirming and keep imagining that it is already happening. And something will happen, circumstances will happen, things will shift to make your desire a reality for you. And the coolest part is, you don't even have to figure out how it is going to happen. All you need to know is where you want things to go. All you need to know is what exactly you want to manifest. You don't have to mess with the middle. You don't have to figure out how, for example, that person that you haven't spoken to in a year and who moved to Europe and you're in New York is going to manifest in your reality and you're going to start seeing each other 3 times a week. It's not your job to figure this out. It is going to happen. Things will shift to make it happen. You don't have to make them shift. You don't have to figure out how exactly they need to shift for this to happen. All that happens on its own. All you have to do is imagine that it is already happening and affirm that it is already happening, that it is already yours. And the how part, you don't have to figure it out. It figures itself out and it manifests. Isn't that cool? So circumstances do not matter ever. It doesn't matter what someone is feeling right now. It doesn't matter if they said that you ruined everything. It doesn't matter if they said they don't want to speak to you again. It doesn't matter if someone said anything negative. It doesn't matter if you want a job and they said they would never hire someone like you. It doesn't matter how the world is right now. It doesn't matter. You can manifest your desire anyway. All those external circumstances aren't actually real. They're created in your imagination. And since I know the kinds of comments I usually get under my videos, I'm pretty sure that under this video, it will be full of comments asking, yeah, but what if he said he's seeing someone else and it's serious? Or yeah, but what if he said he doesn't want to see me again? Or yeah, but what if my parents don't like him? Well, drop all the buts. There is no but. If you have to say yeah, but, anything that comes after the yeah, but is a circumstance, and circumstances do not matter. You don't have to figure it out, you just have to drop this. Whatever it is that is worrying you, drop it. And if you can't drop it, decide what it is that you want. What is the opposite of that but? So your parents don't like him. What's the opposite of that? My parents adore him and love seeing us together. Take that, put it in your affirmations, start saying it every day, all day long. Do not let yourself think my parents don't like him. Keep saying to yourself, my parents love him. They love seeing us together. They think that we're perfect together. And it manifests. Yeah, but he lives in a different country and he has a really great job there and he would never leave it to be with me and this is impossible. Stop. Drop the buts. It is after the but. That means that this is a circumstance. Circumstances don't matter. What is it that you want? Do you want him to move where you live? Well, affirm that you and him are already living together. You're seeing each other 3 times a week or 5 times a week or every night. You sleep over at his place every single night. Keep affirming that. Do not let any thought contrary to this pop inside your mind. If it pops up, brush it away, remind yourself. He lives here now, we live together now, or we meet every 3 days, or we go out together every night. And it manifests. And the other very common category of yeah buts is, yeah but things are always that way for me. Or yeah but he's always like that, he's always been like that. Yeah but I want him to say I love you, but he's not the type to say I love you. He's not the type to text, he's not the type to do this, he's not the type to do that. It comes after a yeah but. If it comes after yeah but, it is a circumstance and circumstances do not matter. You don't have to do anything about those other than imagine what it is that you actually want. It doesn't matter if he's not the type to say I love you or he's not the type to text you or call first. The only reason this exists in your reality is because you keep manifesting the same thing. You accepted the story that this is how this person is. This is why they will keep being that person. It is not something outside of your control. It is not that big, huge obstacle that you have to change. It is not something that you have to overcome. It is just a circumstance. Circumstances do not matter. What do? You affirm the opposite. You imagine that the opposite is true. So, yeah, but he never calls first. Well, what do you want? Him to call first. Affirm that he calls you every day. He calls me every single morning to say good morning and every single evening to say good night, or whatever it is you want. He calls me 5 times a day. He calls me 10 times a day. That would drive me crazy, but if that's what you want, hey, go ahead and manifest it, okay? Affirm it. Imagine that it is happening. Stop telling yourself this is not how this person is. This is not who he is. This is going to be who he is from now on if you imagine it. And if you keep affirming that this is it, this is the kind of person that he is. He's the kind of person to call you 3 times a day. Affirm it, you will have it. It has no choice but to manifest. Yeah, but he never says I love you. I don't know if he loves me. Well, that was who he used to be. He is the kind of person who says I love you now. Why? Because circumstances do not matter. You manifest the whole thing. If you decide that he's the kind of person who says I love you and keep affirming it and keep imagining it, that's the kind of person he will be from now on. Easy as that. You don't have to make it difficult. You don't have to problem solve everything. All you need is know the end result that you want to have, and then you keep imagining that and you keep affirming that, and you stop the stupid thoughts that come into your mind and tell you, but that's not the kind of person that he is, but that's not how things work. Well, all those things are in the past. Maybe things used to work differently in the past. Maybe he was a different person in the past. Today, you decided that he's the person who says I love you, that he's the person who calls 3 times a day, that he's the person that you meet for a date 4 times a week, and it doesn't matter whether you used to live up until now or how often you saw them. From now on, things are different because you decided that they're going to be different. And because this physical reality is all created by your mind, by your thoughts, by your emotions, by your affirmations, by what you imagine, it will all shift. All you have to do is persist in what you want, instead of focusing and feeding what it is that you don't want, the old story, the things that you don't want to see happening in your reality. If you have to ask me, yeah, but what if? Then it's a circumstance, and the answer is, yes, you can manifest your desire anyway. Just drop whatever comes after the yeah, but. If you like this video, then smash the like button, share it so other people can find this information and understand that they're gods of their reality and they can manifest whatever they want to. And if you haven't already, then subscribe and hit the bell icon because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest an amazing life.